Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So as you can tell by the title, I'm doing it's kind of an old challenge, old trend, but I've had quite a few requests for the assumptions video, and I did want to film a sit down style video that I could film in one go and edit and get up on the same day. So we're going to do the assumptions video. I left a question box on Instagram, so if you do ever want to be able to ask me questions or assumptions or anything like that, you should be following me over there. So I haven't gone through them, I haven't read them, so I have no idea what they say. I don't know if they're mean. Without further ado, don't forget to subscribe. A lot of my viewers are not subscribed. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and yeah, anyway. So, gonna go through the assumptions, haven't read them, so, oh shit. So we'll start at the bottom and go from there. Okay, so the first one is, if someone does you wrong, then there is no going back. Kind of, like, I don't want to say that I'm a grudge holder, and I'm certainly not, but I was talking to Alice about this the other night, like, some people these days just don't have common respect for others, and it's really hard to find a really substantial friendship in this day and age, I guess, because like people will make plans with you and then not cancel them, and they won't show up. And so stuff like that, I'm kind of like, if I would never, like, common sense like that, if I would never do it to you, if you do it to me, it just shows a lack of respect. And I just don't know why I would want someone in my life that can't even give you mutual respect. So in a sense, yes, but I'm also a very forgiving person. I'm all about second and third chances, because like harboring hate and grudges, it would be so toxic and draining, and like I feel like whatever you put out into the universe comes back to you. So if you want to be a happy, positive, forgiving person, then you're going to attract those kinds of people. Whereas if you're bitter and angry and hang on to things, you're going to attract those kinds of negative energies. So yes and no, but I might snap quickly, but I will also apologize if I overreact. So you're a content creator who loves everyone and doesn't see themselves as better than others. I find it really strange when I meet influencers that kind of like speak poorly about their followers. Like, I would never look at my followers like you guys, or like my followers on Instagram, and think that I'm any better than you because I have, a couple 100,000 followers. Like, it's like going to work and thinking that you're better than your colleagues. Like, I guess it's not in my personality either to ever treat anyone like they're below me, because I don't believe that anyway. Like, I respect everyone that respects me. So to be honest, like, I'm so grateful for my followers. I wouldn't be where I am today without the support that you guys have shown me. So acting and behaving like I'm above you guys and better than you would be a real slap in the face. And I feel like you guys would see that. You would stop supporting me if I turned into an asshole. So, correct. That you're with Alias. Oh my gosh, guys. So I was talking to Alias about this morning. It is so frustrating how you put on social media that you're hanging out with someone of the opposite sex, and people automatically assume that you're dating, even though like everyone knows I'm in a long distance relationship. Like, it's so frustrating that you can't hang out with the opposite sex. And what frustrates me the most is if you're not going to assume, if I'm hanging out with a female friend, that we must be dating, don't do it to male counterparts, because until I specifically say we're dating, or I upload a photo of us kissing, like, don't assume anything. Like, assuming is so frustrating, and it's silly to think, like, if you actually say those words out loud, like, oh, they put up that they were out for lunch together, so they must be dating. You sound fucking ridiculous. Like, stop assuming that shit. And it's really annoying, because everyone always wants the people they follow to be more open and share more of their lives. But if you share going out for lunch with a male friend or a friend of the opposite sex, and people automatically assume you're dating, that person's going to close off, because it's frustrating and it's draining, and constantly having to explain yourself. And I know it might not seem like a big thing, but if you think about it, like, every single time you hang out with someone that's of the opposite sex, people assume, like, it's draining. So no, we're not freaking dating. We have been friends from the moment we met on Love Island, and never anything more. And like, we've always hung out. It's just crazy to think that people just hang on to that kind of thing. But no, stop assuming. I guess this is an assumptions video though, fuck. The next assumption is that you aren't friends with anyone from Love Island anymore. Well, I've literally got one in my apartment at the moment, so I'm definitely friends with one. But no, I'm friends with, I'd say 50% of the people from Love Island. Like, I sort of answered this question in my last video, but like, I'd say I'm pretty lucky with the people that I've remained friends with. Like, I've gotten some best friends out of the show as well, which I'm really lucky to have had that opportunity to make really good friends and lifelong friends. But no, like, yeah, I'd say 50%. Next assumption is you're someone who's just trying to live life one day at a time. I'd say everyone's sort of just living one day at a time right now, because you can't really, who knows where life is going to be and what's going to be happening in the world in the next month, let alone the next 3, 6, 12 months. So yeah, I'm definitely taking it just one day at a time. Like, if you guys have watched my most recent video, like, I've just been struggling a bit mentally overall anyway. So I think to make it a little bit less overwhelming is just to take it one day at a time. Like, yeah, I think that's a pretty common thing right now. Everyone's sort of just taking life slow and not being too hard on yourself, but one day at a time for me, baby. Next assumption is that you were nervous or didn't want Love Island to be aired in the UK due to the possible hate that would come. 100%. If in all honesty, didn't want the show to re-air in the UK for a number of reasons. Like, I'm incredibly grateful for everything that has come from Love Island, all the opportunities I've been given, but it's something that's in the past. Obviously, like, there were things that were said, there were like relationship attempts and things like that, and it's kind of just like digging up the past that no one wants the past to come back into their current life. And I knew that I would get hate. The UK is 10 times bigger than Australia, so I knew that it would be even more hate. And the worst thing was, when the show aired for the first time, I was in the villa, so I wasn't seeing the hate as it was currently coming through. I sort of just got the back end of it when I got off the show. Whereas this time around, I saw everything everyone was saying from start to finish. And that's not to say, like, there's a lot of love for me out there. Like, I was definitely feeling that, and I was seeing all the support, but there was a lot of hate, and people were brutal and horrible, and it did a number on me. Like, it really, I think that's where I'm at now. Like, I don't think I've fully recovered from it, and I'm sort of still feeling it mentally today. So no, I didn't want it aired. Like, I didn't want to like reopen that book. Like, I don't regret anything I did on the show, but like I said, it's in the past. Like, it should fucking stay there. But what's done is done. Like, there's no taking it back now. So, but no, if I had the power to have stopped it, I wouldn't have aired it in the UK. Did your boy watch Love Island when it aired in the UK? He watched it originally when it aired in Australia. Obviously we didn't know each other, but he watched it when it was live, but he didn't rewatch it the second time around, because why the fuck would he? The next assumption is you're struggling with long distance. Yes. Next assumption is ride or die type of girl. I am absolutely that person that you can call at any time of the night and I will fucking be there. I'm just a good friend. I pride myself on my friendship. Thank you so much. Someone goes, you're actually really down to earth. Big Brother painted you as a total bitch. This lass has gotten her reality shows mixed up. I wasn't on Big Brother, just to clarify. But yeah, like, I'm very down to earth. I'm a very simple, easy to please young lady. Next assumption is you do not like dogs. I get this all the time, because there's another assumption that that you're super nice and you love cats. Because I love cats so much, people assume that I must hate dogs. I don't hate dogs, but I definitely prefer cats. That doesn't mean I hate dogs. It's like, what do you prefer out of Italian and Chinese? You prefer Italian, but it doesn't mean you hate Chinese food. You just prefer one more than the other. I love dogs. Grew up on a farm, man. I love dogs, but cats are my jam. Cats are my spirit animal. Next assumption is that Sydney is the best city for you to live in right now. I love Sydney. It's my favorite city I've ever lived in. And especially right now, it's the best place for me to be. And obviously I can't leave anyway, even if I wanted to be anywhere else, which, thank you so much, Rona. Yeah, I love Sydney. It's such a beautiful city, and I would recommend anyone at one point in their life to live here because it is such an experience. It's the perfect mix of city and beach all in one. Like, you can get the best of both worlds. The food isn't as good as Melbourne, but the food's pretty good. The next assumption is you struggle with being a role model to young adults / girls when you are struggling. Obviously, I guess it's that cliche saying that when your cup's half full, you can't keep pouring into other people's cups because then you'll drain yourself out. And that's not to say that, like, I hate what I do and I hate being a role model to young girls and women. Like, I absolutely love that, but I don't even know that I see myself as a role model. Like, I know technically I am, but I don't really see it that way. I think what it is I have such a mutual respect with my followers that they never expect me, if I be completely transparent and say I'm really struggling right now, I have the kind of followers that tell me to take a step back and tell me that they don't need anything from me right now and to put myself first, and like that social media can come second sort of thing. It's never like, oh well, we need you too, like you need to put your problems aside. So it is kind of nerve-wracking to be a role model because obviously I'm going to say the wrong thing. I've said the wrong thing a million times. But when you're feeling drained emotionally and you have nothing left to give, I never want to bring that onto social media and drag you guys down with me, because energy is such a big thing and you can absolutely feel energy through the phone and through social media. And so if I'm feeling shit or negative or like I'm just having a hard time, like I never want to be a miserable person on social media, but I also want to be completely transparent with you guys and let you know that it's normal to feel these things. So like I do struggle, but I guess it's with anything. Like you would struggle to go to work and concentrate if you were having a hard time personally right now. So I guess it's the same sort of thing. But like I said, I'm grateful for the relationship that I've formed with you guys, that you're so open and understanding, and I feel like I've really formed a good relationship where we just get each other, and you guys are constantly supporting me, and I'm so grateful for how far we've come together. Body count 5+. Is shaming people about how many people they've had sex with still a thing? Like, I get that this is an assumptions video, but yeah, like, can we not, does numbers really matter? You actually have a boyfriend in Australia. No, I wish, but no. That you can be a bitch when you want to be, but deep down you have a heart of gold. Yeah, I hate when people are like, I'm just honest, but sometimes like I can be like, not nastily honest, but like it just comes out very bluntly and it can sound really bitchy. And my friends are always like, you're such a bitch. But I am a very nice person, and I always, like I said, like I think apologizing is a big thing. Not that I apologize all the time, but like knowing when to apologize is a really important trait to have. But yeah, like I can definitely be described as a bitch at times because I'm a very honest and abrupt person, but I'm also very kind. And if I know that I've upset someone or offended someone, I'll apologize immediately. Like my intent is never to upset or hurt or offend someone. Sometimes it just accidentally happens. You're very confident and light up the room. Listen, I remember my old boss, Dean Oberon from the Yank in Echuca, said that I could sell ice to an Eskimo because I can just talk. Like you could send me into a prison and I could talk to everyone in there and I'd probably sympathize with them and feel sorry for them. I just am a very sociable person. I'm definitely not an introvert in any way. Like all my friends always say like, oh, they could throw me into a room with anyone and I'd be fine. Like I can adapt easily to any environment. I don't know that I'd light up the room, but I know I am a hoot. The next assumption is you're a very independent person and like your own company. I am an extremely independent person, and it's almost a bad thing because, for example, I could go all week without leaving my apartment because I work from home, and I could go all week without seeing anyone or talking to anyone. Weekends, I love staying in, like spending my nights at home, hanging out with Honey. And it can be a really bad thing. And I don't even mean to do it. I just accidentally close myself off. It's not like I'm ever like, I don't even have to be going through anything. I just like to stay at home, and I enjoy my own company. I like reading books. I like watching movies. I like eating food. I like cooking from home. I like hanging out with Honey. And I have gone to a lot of effort to make my apartments my homes, and I just enjoy spending time here. And now moving into this new place, it's even bigger. I have an office, I have a balcony, and it's kind of a tricky combination because now I can see myself leaving even less because now I've got a balcony, so I can get fresh air without having to leave the apartment. But independence is good to an extent. I would encourage everyone to learn to enjoy your own company. I think it's a really important thing. You don't ever want to be dependent or not know how to be on your own. I think it's a really important quality to have, but there definitely is a line where you can be too independent and you do need to rely on people. We're sociable, like we need social interaction to grow and to develop and to learn. And if you're not seeing people and socializing with people, you're gonna start losing skills. So independent, but almost too independent. Someone goes, judging from Love Island, you are strong bitch, best role model. I don't know whether there's just I wouldn't have said I was like mean or bitchy on the show. Well, obviously I was a little sassy and a gremlin towards the end, but I don't know. I'm glad you guys find it as a positive reinforcement that you need to be a bad bitch yourself. A nice one, but a bad one. Someone assumed that I'm a perfectionist. Certain parts of my life I'm a perfectionist. When it comes to my social media and the content I create, absolutely. But that's more so because it's 50% for me, but 50% for you guys. Like I produce content, A, because it's my job, and B, because I enjoy it and I like the creative side. But you guys are the ones that appreciate it, enjoy it, you watch it, you absorb it. So I want it to be the best quality. I want it to be enjoyable, entertaining, and yeah, so that side of things, like I always want to make sure I'm putting out the best. My grade 6 primary school teacher, Mrs. Davis, said that if something's worth doing, it's worth doing well, and that just stuck through to me. Like I've carried that through my entire life. She used to say that all the time through grade 6. And it's kind of like, for example, if you're going to make your bed in the morning, why half-ass it? Like if you're going to spend the time, 30 seconds or a minute making your bed, spend an extra 30 seconds and do it well. Like if you're going to do anything, you may as well do it properly. So, because you're just going to end up coming back and fixing it anyway later on. Like that little corner that's hanging out of the bed's probably going to piss you off in your mind until you come back and tuck it in. So you may as well just get the job done properly, and future you will love past you. Someone assumed you are sensitive, therefore you are kind-hearted and care deeply for others. Wear your heart on your sleeve. So many people are assuming I'm kind, and it makes me so happy. I'm a very sensitive soul. I sense and read and pick up on people's energies very easily. I absorb people's energies, and I'm a very sympathetic person. Like I said before, like I could go into a prison and hear someone's sob story and want to fight to get them out. Like I can put myself in other people's shoes very easily. And I do wear my heart on my sleeve. Like I'm not very good at lying, and I'm not very good at hiding or masking my emotions, as you guys saw on the show. I'm just a very transparent person. Like I don't really keep much to myself. I'm a very open and honest person, and I treat people the way I want to be treated. And like as you guys have said, like I'm a hard bitch, but I'm also like I'm a very sensitive soul. Like I can get upset very easily. Not really offended very easily, but I'd say I'm sensitive. Someone said you promote body positivity and self-love but get criticized because you have an ideal body shape. Listen, it is tricky because obviously I'm aware that I have a body type and a body shape that many women aspire to. And there are some women out there that are like, oh, what do you have to be sad about? You have a perfect body. And it's that mentality that needs working on, because it's like, well, that person that said that probably could have incredible legs that someone else may want their legs, but they're complaining about their body, if you see what I mean. Like there is something in all of us that we hate that someone else out there in the world would die for. And so everyone in the world has an ideal body type to someone else in the world. So I sort of take that, like, it's like water off a duck's back. I take it with a grain of salt because you're never going to please anyone. You're never going to please everyone, sorry. So yeah, I do get it all the time. Like, everyone always tells me I've got a perfect body, but that is the stigma that I'm trying to break. First of all, there's no such thing as a perfect body type or an ideal body type. Like, yeah, I have an hourglass figure, but some people don't want an hourglass figure. Some people want the athletic build where they don't have a waist in it and they don't have hips. Like, what is ideal to you may not be ideal to someone else. So it goes both ways. It's a two-way street. So yes, I do get it, but I pretty much just fucking ignore it. Someone assumed you've struggled with your weight. No, like, I critique myself, but my weight's never really fluctuated more than a dress size. Like, I've always been a pretty steady size 8 to 10. Weight's never really been an issue for me. I've always had a pretty quick metabolism. I've always been very lucky to be able to eat whatever I want. And if I stopped training, not much would happen. Like, things would soften, but I have very good muscle memory from exercise, like playing a lot of sports from a young age consistently for about 10 years. So my muscle memory is really good. So I'm very gifted in that sense. Someone assumed you were a very sweet person who values the little things. Very true. I think my love language, this is very true. I think my love language is like acts of service or acts of kindness. Like, I don't like gifts or anything like that. Like, I like when people do thoughtful things for me, and sometimes it could be the smallest thing is what I like. So say, for example, like if I have an early morning and like I have an early call time or something, and my partner sets up like my protein powder and stuff on the bench just to like help me save 30 seconds in the morning, like stuff like that is what I appreciate and I remember. And it's the little things, because I think it's the little things that you don't really think about, but they stick with you the longest. Like the big gestures, like, yeah, they're wonderful and they're incredible, but it's the little gestures that really stick with you, because it's almost who you are as a person, whereas the big gestures are once off, but doing those little things is kind of tells you who you are to someone else. You're a talkative girl. Yes, I love to talk, very much so. But you guys appreciate me talking. So someone assumed you have a healthy relationship with food and your body. Yes, thankfully, I've never ever had a bad relationship with food. Food is my favorite thing in the entire world. It brings me a lot of happiness. I've never dieted. I've never restricted or anything like that. And I think it just comes, first of all, just a lot of research and knowing your body type as well. Like it's a hard line between being an obsessive eater and cutting things out to look a certain way. But to me, it just comes down to life's short, and I'm not willing to cut out bread and pasta to have abs, sort of thing, because I don't personally see the need for that. Like, that wouldn't bring me any more happiness than how I am now, whereas someone else may feel the need that, like, they just really want abs and it would bring them so much happiness, and that doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't make them obsessive, it doesn't make them unhealthy or have a bad relationship. But if they're willing to cut out bread and pasta and do it within a healthy mindset, and they're doing it for themselves, not to fit some stigma or some like body standard, absolutely, like, go for it. It's my issue is when women are cutting out pasta and carbs and bread and all that bullshit and going keto because they want to fucking drop 5 dress sizes. First of all, it's not sustainable and it's a fad, and I feel like you're doing it for the wrong reason. You need to be doing it for yourself, and that's where you really need to make sure that the years and years and years of media and magazines and telling us that cellulite's bad and stretch marks are bad and that there's a certain body size that's beautiful, as long as that hasn't been embedded in you that you're losing weight for that reason, do whatever you want. Do it because it makes you happy and you want to feel good. Like, I don't go to the gym and smash myself because I hate my body and I want to lose weight. I do it because I fucking love going to the gym and I love training and I love feeling my body get stronger. And the plus side is, like, I love seeing my legs lean up and my stomach lean up and my arms get nice and toned. Like, that's just a bonus. I love how I feel. Like, I love having energy. I love waking up in the morning. My skin's clearer. My mind's clearer. It's so much more than what you see on the scales or in the mirror. And I think that's what a lot of women need to work on. Thankfully, that's something I've never had to really struggle with. Again, I've been very blessed with having a good relationship with exercising. Exercising for me has always been out of enjoyment because I played sport my entire life growing up, and eating good food. Like, my mum just used to feed us good, healthy, home-cooked meals, and it was always balanced with like treats on the weekend and dessert after dinner a few nights a week. Like, it's always been a very balanced lifestyle. So yeah, I'm very lucky that I've always been blessed with a good relationship with both. And that's why I try so hard to live a very normal life on social media, because I don't want girls thinking that you have to have green smoothies and juices and stuff for breakfast, and you have to train twice a day and do lots of Pilates and like do whatever you want. Don't compare your life to anyone on social media, because half the time they don't even do that shit. Someone assumed you and Taylor still have issues. Nope. She's one of the best friends that I was talking about before from Love Island. I was actually FaceTiming her last night. We have absolutely no issues. I think, yeah, I've explained this in a previous video as well. I will link it. We grew up. I think it was just young, a toxic environment, but no, we're great now. We haven't had any hiccups since we became friends. And she's one of my best friends and I love her dearly. Someone assumed my family is wealthy. Not really. Like, my dad was in earth moving and owned an earth moving business, but not wealthy. Someone assumed you would never ever go brunette. No, because a common misconception is if girls are blonde and they want to make their hair healthy and grow, that they dye it brown. That's probably the worst thing you could do. You just stop bleaching it altogether. Dyeing your hair brown is like, first of all, any blonde that loves being blonde but is going brunette to grow their hair healthier is always going to end up going back blonde, and that's when you do the most damage, is when you try and bring your hair back blonde from brunette. So no, I'd never go brunette. I love my blonde hair. I am a natural blonde, but a dark blonde. I've been brunette before, but I just prefer being blonde. Blondes have more fun. Someone assumed I have a huge friend circle, but a small best friend, close friend circle. No, not really. Like, I wouldn't say I have a lot of friends at all. Like, I'd probably have 10 friends all up. Yeah, I'd have 10 friends all up, and maybe 5 of them are like my close best friends. But I don't really have, like I said before, it's really hard it's really hard these last couple of years to make good friends. Like, people just don't know how to be a good friend. And like I said, if someone in my life can't even provide mutual respect, I'm not going to keep them in my life. So yeah, I've been a bit cutthroat lately with friends, because I've done a lot of like soul searching, and I've realized that I enjoy my own company and I don't need to keep someone around just to say I've got a friend. I would rather spend time with myself and work on my current friends. And if a new friend comes along and they're incredible, amazing. But no, I don't keep friends around just to say I've got one extra friend. I like my friendship group, and that's all I need. That your favorite character on Friends is Chandler. Yes. Oh my god, that's so weird. I freaking love Chandler. I think he's the funniest. Chandler and Joey, and then Rachel. Fucking hate Ross. Ross can suck a big fat dick. The biggest extrovert. Yeah, like, unless I'm having an off day, I'm 100% an extrovert. Someone goes, you aren't very good at accepting help. Oh, asking for help. This last couple of weeks, just really struggling. I've asked for help for the first time in a long time. Like, I asked one of my friends just to hug me and hold me and give me affection, because I haven't been getting it. And it made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, because I hate asking for help and I hate being seen as vulnerable, because I'm such a strong, independent person. But like I said in my vlog, it's weird that when you sort of have a cry for help and you tell people that you're struggling, the amount of people that have come to my side and provided their support and just an ear to let me vent to and just be there for me has been really overwhelming. And it's kind of removed that ickiness from asking for help, because I've seen the benefits of asking for help. So yeah, I hate asking for help, but I can see why people do it. Someone goes that you don't actually like Erin. Oh my god, I love Erin. No. What? How does someone assume that? I feel like people just write that just to like get this reaction, but no, I love Erin. She's my wifey. Someone assumed that my personality has changed so much since Love Island. To an extent, yes. Unfortunately, I've had to grow a much thicker skin, which I do say unfortunately because I don't think it is natural for me to be so used to getting hateful comments and them just rolling off my back like it's a regular statement. I've definitely had to harden a little bit emotionally. Like just the hate really changes you, and if you don't harden yourself to that, I wouldn't still be on social media today if I didn't learn to not absorb it and to ignore it. So yeah, my personality has changed to that point, and I guess I've become a little bit desensitized, but my morals and my values haven't changed. You're a down-to-earth girl up for a good time. I'm always up for a good time. As my bio says, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You don't take life too seriously, just do what you feel like, which is refreshing, to be honest. Again, it's hard to judge in 2020. Like, I would have liked to have accomplished a lot more this year and taken life a little bit more seriously and sort of set up my future a bit, but 2020 has just told me to go fuck myself, really. So, but no, for the most part, I don't take life seriously. I love being spontaneous. I don't like planning too far in advance. But it is nice to just take it day by day, and especially right now, like, I don't really have a choice but to take it day by day, really. Someone assumed you are the type of person that will say morning to anyone. I always say, if I'm on a morning walk, I will always say good morning to like older people and elderly people because I feel like they always look and they smile. Young people, like, I'll look and I'll smile, but half the time I don't even get a smile back. Like, young people just don't, like, I don't know, I don't really get that vibe off them, but older people, I always smile and say good morning on my morning walk. Someone assumed that you were targeted on the show in the editing to look crazy, but actually you're a legend. Yeah, there was a little bit of like shitty editing done to me, like especially towards the end, in arguments, like they would edit out my responses to make me look like I had nothing to say and kind of made me look stupid. So that was a bit frustrating, but again, like, you choose to go on a reality show. This is what you sign up for. Like, you're signing over your life. You know that there's editing, like, is a part of the process. So, like, it sucks, but again, I'm now on social media and like seeing all the things you're writing about me. Like, obviously you all know the kind of person I am, and like I've had a chance to redeem myself, I guess, and like show the true me. So yeah, I was targeted, but I guess everyone like copped a bit of shit editing at one point or another. You prefer social drinking rather than clubbing. Oh my gosh, you will never catch me in a club ever, ever, ever again. I think, like, I fucking hate going clubbing. It is gross. I don't like the confined space. I don't like the creepy, sleazy men. I don't like the darkness. I don't like the music. I hate when people spill their drinks on me. I would rather sit down at Hardware in Bondi and have my civilized Bondi and Blooms, and by civilized I mean like 12, and be able to speak to my friends and have like the best night ever. Fuck clubbing. Someone assumed that you're a girl's girl. I'm definitely a girl's girl. Like, I love my girls, but I'm a bit of a boy's girl. Like, I love my boy mates. I love being one of the boys. Like, my best friends in high school were guys. Like, I did have girlfriends, but like my best mates in high school were guys. So I know how to socialize with guys, and I'm definitely a bit of a boy's boy when it comes to that. And I know every girl says, like, I love being one of the boys, but like, I'm such a lad when it comes to like more country style, not really like city boys. I don't really know how to fuck with that, but like country style, like going dirt bike riding and like watching the footy, like hanging out, doing farm work. Like, I love that kind of thing. Someone assumed you have 6 digits in your bank. What is 6 digits? You have your shit together. I wish. That you're an only child. Heck no. I would not be the kind of person I am today if I was an only child. I have 3 siblings, all older, two older sisters and 1 older brother. I'm the baby and the favorite. Oh my god, there's another one. You have 6 figures in your bank account. Guys, stop it. Someone assumed you were very organised and had good grades in high school. I wish. I was a gremlin in high school. I had I didn't have the worst grades, like above average, but not clever by any means, and certainly not organised. I never did my fucking homework. I was always doing it like the morning of. I hated high school. I hate school in general. University, ugh. No thank you. Oh, someone goes, you wish Love Island hadn't been aired recently in the UK and now you feel like you can't ever escape it. That reminded me of my second point that I wanted to make to this question before. So yes, the first question was like it's opening old doors from the past, and it's frustrating. But the second thing is, as much as I am grateful for Love Island and all the opportunities it's given me, is I am trying to remove that part of my life from what I've got going on now. Like, I don't want to continuously be like labeled Cassidy from Love Island. Like, I want to make my own brand, and I want to remove that second part of my life. Like, yeah, it's hard because I don't want to sound ungrateful. Like, I know I am where I am today because of Love Island, but I'm ready to move on from that part of my life. And I feel like I was just about there, and then it got aired in the UK, and now it's all Love Island comments again. Another 6 figures in your bank account. What's going on? And then you live quite comfortably. Am I giving off a vibe? Am I being a wank with money? I didn't think I was that kind of person. A lot of people are saying that I wear my heart on my sleeve, which I absolutely do. I'm a very emotional, very transparent person, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but you always know where you stand with me. Like, if you upset me, I can't mask that shit. You're gonna know about it. Not in a bad way, I just might be a bit standoffish. Someone goes, hard worker and an overthinker, because that's how we Aquarians roll. What you want? Okay, someone goes, you're so sneaky and mysterious and I love it about you. I think it's purely just because I keep my relationship private, but I have never, ever, ever wanted a public relationship on social media. Like, even before Love Island, I didn't really post a lot with my first boyfriend. It's just not something I want to publicize. Like, I don't have anything against the people that do, but it's just not my vibe. Someone goes, you've only recently discovered self-love and who you really are as a person. Yeah, I would say that's correct. Like, I've never thought badly of myself or thought horrible things about myself, but more so I've only recently started focusing on doing things for myself and self-love and pamper nights, because that's what I do to show my self-love. And it's like, we talk about love languages and what we do for others to make them feel loved and show our love for them. I've never really associated it back to myself and the things I do for myself to show myself love. So yeah, someone goes, you're not religious but rather spiritual in that you believe in the universe and in karma. 100%. I'm not a religious person. I do believe in a greater power, but as I've explained before, like, my dad died from cancer a few years ago, and I still just can't come to terms with, if there is a God, how he could take my kind, wonderful, loving, incredible dad away when there's shit people in the world. But I absolutely do believe in karma, and everything happens for the universe, and trust the process, and like, if whatever happens for a reason, and if it's meant to be, it will be. And I 100% do believe in that, and I do believe in karma, which is why, like, I don't constantly like publicize all the good that I do on social media, like me picking up rubbish at the beach. Like, I feel like you don't need to publicize that shit to the world. You should just do it because you're a good person. You shouldn't even think about like, oh, if I do this, I'll get good fortune and like it'll come back to me. You should just do it because you want to be a good person. Because I think if you genuinely are a good person within and you're doing it to just be a good person, that's when you'll see the benefits of being a good person, rather than doing it and hoping that you'll get something in return, if that makes sense. Someone assumed you waited a while to lose your virginity. Zero shame if you did. I'm doing the same. And then I remember seeing another one saying that I was at least 16 when I lost my virginity. I think I was actually 17. I was quite late, and I was in a long-term relationship. Like, I was with that boyfriend for 4 years. But yeah, I think I was 17 when I lost my virginity. I was in year 12. Yeah, I was in year 12. A lot of people are assuming I can sing. I absolutely cannot sing. I would love to be able to sing, and I will be having singing lessons to help strengthen my voice for acting, but I cannot sing. Or who knows, maybe after the singing lessons you might see me come out with my own album. You had sex in the villa. Hell no. Hell no. I would not be living today. My brother would flog me. Yeesh. Someone goes, lovable joker with a high degree of common sense. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I do have quite a bit of common sense. I feel like I have good street knowledge. I'm very wise. I know how to read the situation. I'm very intelligent with that kind of thing. Book smart, not so much. Kind of. Like a good reader and stuff like that. But common sense, yes. And I am a bit of a joker. I'm a trickster. That is all from me. That is all the assumptions done. I don't know if this is a bit of an all over the place video. I guess I'll see when editing. But thank you guys so much for leaving your assumptions. Like I said, I will leave my Instagram linked down below. Make sure you're following me there because that's when you'll always get the opportunity to ask me questions when I do Q&As and stuff like that. So don't forget to also hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up so that I know that you guys enjoy the sit down videos as well as the vlog style videos that I upload. But anyway, that is all from me. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know down in the comments below what you would like to see from me next. But I'm going to love you and leave you, so I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye guys.